Hello, in this quick tutorial I would like to show you how to close your shape. The specific method I would like to show is called the ultimate finish, and it's used by many pattern designers. So here we are on the final row, or the second to final row, sorry, we still have to make the final row, and there's 12 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in the final row, we are going to make 6 decreases. If you're not familiar with a decrease, I will quickly explain, and I'll show you 2 different methods for making one. So in essence, a decrease is the inverse of an increase. What you want to do is you want to create 1 single crochet based on 2 stitches below. So 2 going into 1. The easiest way is to just insert your hook into the stitch, underneath both legs of the V, grab the yarn and pull over, and now we have 2 loops on the hook, and then we're going to insert it into the second stitch, grab the yarn again, now we have 3 loops, and then we pull the yarn through all 3 of them at the same time. And this is quite easy. The downside is that because you're pulling through 3 loops, it is a little bit thicker than the other single crochets, and so it is a little bit more visible. The more popular method, especially for amigurumi, is to make the invisible decrease. This is a little bit more difficult. Instead of going underneath both legs of the stitch, you insert your hook only underneath the front one, so the front loop, and then you immediately go to the second stitch and you insert it under the front loop there as well, and then you grab the yarn, pull it through both stitches, and then, like you would for a normal single crochet, grab the yarn again and pull it through both loops. So now the top part of your single crochet looks the same as the other ones in your work, so it becomes a little less visible. So I mentioned we needed 6 decreases, we've made 1, so I'll quickly make 5 more. All right, that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So now I'm going to make a slip stitch to finish off. You don't need a very long tail unless you're going to work this piece to something else, but you do need a little bit of yarn in order to be able to close it off. So there we go, pull it through and pull it tight. All right, now that we have 6 decreases and we finished off, we are going to use the yarn tail to sew it close. So first we need to insert the yarn into a sewing needle, and there are different ways of doing it if you look at online tutorials, but simply enough, I like to just insert the needle once again only in the front loop of the stitch, so not both legs, only the front one. And we do that 6 times for all of the decreases, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we pull on the yarn to close, and you can pull quite tightly. Now you'll notice if you look on the side, it makes a little bit of a point. That's not a problem, we're going to pull that away, by inserting the needle through the center of this little ring we created, and then inserting it through the body into a space between stitches. And then we just pull it out. Now if you see, if you pull it and you push it in a bit, there we go. Now it's nice and hidden, and even though the start of our work is always a lot neater, this gives you almost the same level of finish. Now I like to work my tail away by whipping it through the body. So you insert your hook through a space between stitches, and then pulling not too tight because you don't want to turn your yarn into clumps, and then you insert your needle again through a space, the same space, sorry, because you don't want to see it on the outside of the work, so it needs to go inside and get a bit hidden. There we go. So see, it's gone. So I do this a couple of times so that the tail just gets you don't want to have too short a tail, otherwise it is more easy for it to come undone. So we have a long tail, but it's hidden in the work. Then we pull it out a bit more tight, cut away the yarn, and then because it's been pulled, once it's released, when you cut it, it will immediately get pulled back into the body and it's gone. And that's how you close.